Cubing World. This is my video for the Cubing World contest video. I chose to do the comparison of the main methods. I'm going to be comparing CFOP, Petrus, Rho, and ZZ. I think those are like the four main methods that I'm not going to do any like subsets or anything like that, just the main methods themselves. And the way I'm going to compare them is by looking at how well they work on 3x3 two-handed solving, one-handed solving, and big cubes, so like 5x5 and 6x6 and whatnot. So yeah, let's get started. So as you can see here, for 3x3 speed solve, I have ranked CFOP as number 1, Rho as number 2, ZZ is 3rd, and Petrus is 4th. If you asked me a year ago to do these rankings, Rho would be on top for sure, because that at the time CFOP solvers were at about 8, or maybe probably 9, 8 and 9s, but there were a couple Rho solvers who had achieved like sub 8 averages, and gotten like ridiculous times. But nowadays CFOP caught up, so it's number 1. ZZ is definitely 3rd. It's certainly faster than Petrus because there's no cube rotations, but it's not quite as fast as Rho or CFOP because of the orientation step in the beginning. Moving on to one-handed solving, ZZ is definitely 1st, without question. It's just ridiculously fast. Once you get your orientation done, there's no cube rotations and everything's 2-gen until the last layer. Like it's perfect. It's the perfect one-handed method. Petrus and CFOP. I think Petrus can be faster for one-handed simply because of the last layer control that you can get. I have had at least 3 EPLL skips using Petrus, because with Petrus you get your edges oriented for the last layer, so you use COLL every time. So I basically learned special COLL algorithms optimized for one-handed, and basically gave myself U permutations every single time for my PLL. Where with CFOP you don't really get that advantage. So that's why Petrus is better than CFOP for one-handed. And Rho, I put that at the bottom just because I'm still not a fan of using the table. I guess I don't know. It's also not as fast. Like it's just not. But yeah. So that's that list. So on to big cubes. CFOP is definitely 1st. The lack of inspection needed for CFOP to do well is what makes it so great for big cubes. Petrus, it does need some more inspection, but the reason it's above Rho and ZZ, the reason it's above Rho is because Rho has insane slice turns that are just ridiculous to do quickly on a 5x5 or 6x6. It's just not as convenient to solve big cube with Rho method. And ZZ is last because of that orientation step. I'm not sure if people have figured out a way to look at orientation before you're done with reduction, but doing orientation right after reduction, like having to look at all the edges and orient them, that's quite a bit. So that's why it's last. So overall, if you're looking for a method that will work well with everything, I'd say go with CFOP. Like it's already been proven to do really well. But if you're looking at just one-handed, if you want to be a one-handed solver, go with ZZ. It's not hard to be good at ZZ and also be good at CFOP. So you could use ZZ for one-handed and then use CFOP for 3x3 and big cubes. But I would definitely say it's harder to main with CFOP and then switch to ZZ for just one-handed. So you'd have to main ZZ and then use CFOP as a secondary method. But yeah, that's the list. I hope you liked the video.